My name is Happy Gilmore.
Narration and roll credits in the first minute? That's an incredible feat. Did your mom employ a second camera person to document your hockey career? Because that cut from the close-up to the wide shot during your fall is some grade A bullshit if she didn't. Okay, so the puck hit the camera and broke the glass, but that's kind of a meta joke, especially since that puck actually hit Happy's dad and killed him, which is tragic. But they still added that broken glass filter to the shot, which makes it seem like Happy's dad played hockey while constantly recording the hockey he was playing, which makes no sense. So now, who's taking these home movies? I'm beginning to think you don't even have a relative or friend shooting these things, that it's just the movie itself doing this for some sort of effect. And I feel lied to, movie! Adam Sandler's entire career summed up in a single scene. Do not ever put a dartboard on a column or post in your home. Always mount a dartboard on a wall that has maximum coverage for errant darts.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it! Leave me alone! I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean that either. I just yell sometimes because I get so scared.
Damn, Happy has classic abusive boyfriend behavior, even though it's kind of hidden behind the Adam Sandler nuttiness. She's not afraid of him, and she's clearly leaving because he's a loser, but goddamn. Intercom Frenching. Putting a candle in a beer stein on the shelf right beneath. Why the f*** is there a shelf right there? Also, it's worth pointing out that while the dartboard has seen plenty of action, no one has ever hit the bullseye. Pennants for the Bruins, Whalers, Blackhawks, Maple Leafs, Sabres, Rangers. This is an orgy of evidence that this bandwagon hockey fan can't pick a team. He's sleeping on a couch-based hide-a-bed, and listen, as someone that slept on one of these for half a year, you cannot play sports during the daytime when you're lying on one of these f***ers at night. These things keep chiropractors in business, man. You trade sleep for spine damage, and that's mutually understood between you and the discount bed.
Your grandmother hasn't paid her taxes in over a decade.
And yet the movie will go on to make her a 100% victim in every single sense of the word. But Granny is a tax evader. He has more in common with Al Capone than she does with that quirky but awesome grandmother from Minari.
My grandma's been here over 60 years. You can't take her house.
The IRS, as you're about to learn, can largely do whatever the f*** they want.
And if you can't get the money together in 90 days, we're gonna have to sell the house to someone else.
If Grandma has 90 days to get the money together, why are there people moving shit out of the house like she has no recourse?
You hate me, don't you?
No, I don't hate you.
This is f***ing assault. Holy shit. Happy should be in jail for this shit. But because it's a humorous overreaction in a silly movie, I guess we're just supposed to laugh and forget about real-world consequences, even though we just saw real-world consequences for not paying your taxes. I guess this doesn't count. So wait, was Grandma already going to this rest home? Who's paying for that? We know neither the government nor Happy is. I still don't understand why she can't stay at the house for 90 more days.
I am gonna get the 270 grand and we're gonna get your house back. That is a promise.
Stupidly unkeepable promises. This is before he lucks himself into having some golf talent. He's just blatantly lying to Grandma here, hoping to win the f***ing lottery or something, which of course, he basically does. Moral of the story, lie to your grandmother.
You could trouble me for a warm glass of shut the hell up.
The movie is practically a documentary about elder care facilities.
Hey, bet you I can hit a ball past that tree.
As we will soon learn, there are tons of trees near here and lining the street, so this is some dumbass bullshit just to get Happy finding out he's good at hitting golf balls. See, look at all those trees. Which one was he talking about? He doesn't even know because it's a stupid movie with a stupid line of dialogue that stupid doesn't make stupid sense. I don't know how many sins to give Happy's head start drive, but since he does it many times, and the movie tells us this is how you can get 400-yard drives, I'm willing to give it 30 sins right now. Also, imagine the arrogance of this shit. A sport being played for hundreds of years and nobody ever thought to get the running head start to drive the ball further. Even if Happy has this kind of distance, there is no way he has this kind of accuracy 3 drives in a row after only just picking up a golf club. The movie could have made the distance his main strength, but accuracy his main weakness, and instead they made his weakness putting, and they solved it quickly by having him go to a mini golf course. This movie respects golf even less than the Mighty Ducks respects hockey. No municipal driving range in reality has room for a 400-yard drive, let alone a yardage sign for it. This is only here to remind the audience that he drives it way further than regular golf bros, but the sign is a big honking dick-wagging lie. How many people watch Happy destroy drives out to 400 before the potential betting pool dries up, though? Hey, buddy, I bet you I can hit it 400 yards. I know, dipshit. You just did it 5 times in a row. I'm not giving you my money.
All right, $50 I can hit it over the highway. Any takers?
Let's make it as much as you have in your pockets right now, since there isn't a f***ing highway to hit the ball over.
Hey, you should play in the Waterbury Open tomorrow.
You mean there's a tournament tomorrow that anyone can enter, and you just happen to know that and be standing here today while I'm showing off my newfound golf talent? Are you serious?
He's gonna play. By God, he's gonna win.
You are the local golf pro, though. You can't just up and leave. You got responsibilities. You get out there and you find that f***ing dog. This is funny, but I distinctly remember seeing Chubbs unplug the machine just outside the cage, and this kid going inside the cage without plugging it back in.
You win the Open tomorrow, you're automatically on the Pro Tour.
That is not how local municipal tournaments work, but okay.
Good morning.
Where the f*** is he coming from? Did he spend the night in the woods?
Hi, I'm Virginia Bennett.
What's the deal with Adam Sandler and women with the initials VV? And Billy Madison, it's Veronica Vaughn. And the Waterboy, it's Vicky Valancourt. Then that went away, but for a short time in the 90s, Sandler was all about the double V.
You know what would be great? If I could get a Pepsi.
Man, Pepsi will take product placement any way they can get it, even if it's the movie's villain saying he wants one. Also, Pepsi.
Oh, miss?
Yeah.
Diet?
Burying the lead.
Thanks for dressing up.
At no point did you even ask him to dress up, dickhead. Happy tackles his caddy, and it's hilarious, but all that caddy kid had to do was say, I'm your caddy, and then Happy would have said, candy? And the kid would have said, caddy, and eventually Chubbs would have said, he carries your clubs for you and helps you make decisions on the course, to which Happy would naturally reply, why is he doing that instead of you? And Chubbs would be f***ing stumped, man. Checkmate, bitch.
Time!
Time? Time? What the f*** is time in golf? This is more infuriating than when Matt Damon calls for time in rounders.
It's all in the head.
As weird as this scene involving Carl Weathers is, this still isn't as weird as that beach scene in Rocky 3. Not only did Happy just make, like, a 12 on that hole, he then commits assault and battery in plain view of dozens of witnesses and still ends up winning this tournament. Now Happy gets a hole-in-one on a par 4 because in addition to the inexplicable distance, he now also has inexplicable aim. Bryson DeChambeau watches this movie and either jerks off to it or gives it the finger because distance driving ain't so accurate in the real world. Attempted murder. Also blame shifting. Like, this is how the movie demonstrates its complete lack of golf understanding yet again. Is he strong and good at driving the ball? I guess so, because he hammered it. But do those qualities suggest he could hole out from a greenside bunker? No, dude. The movie takes one quality, he hits it far, and slowly fine-tunes it to mean he is awesome at golf, and I hate it so much. Movie should play golf for 10 to 20 years and then get back to me. This montage is stupid. After he hits it in the water and dives in to find his ball, he moves up the leaderboard. This movie golfs about as much as I have sex. Wait.
You make this one in 4 less shots, you win the tournament.
The leader was shooting 5 under when Happy was 2 over, which means that either that guy had a ridiculous meltdown or Happy became a pro in just a few holes. By the end of this movie, the whole thing rides on his ability to putt. But he had to have been able to putt a little bit to win this contest. And now on the 18th hole, the movie's going to remind us that Happy can't putt, so I'm confused. This is some shameful shit right here. This movie didn't even try. Also, somehow this motherfucker ended up so far in the lead that on 18 he could 4-putt and still win, and he still nearly f***ed it up. How can he be good enough to get that far ahead but sucky enough to 5-putt the 18th green? How did he not 5-putt all the previous greens?
Grandma.
Happy repeats the words for motivation that I use when I'm trying not to orgasm too early. Holy shit, Chubbs has a mountain of fruit on this plate. He has taken all of the fruit from this buffet and shaped it into a little Mount Everest on his disposable plate. Like a psycho. Chubbs' new nickname is Hide Your Fruit, Hide Your Wife.
Why don't you join us at 9 o'clock on the 9th green?
Better question is, what do all these bystander people obviously staring and watching this entire conversation think? And why did none of them sneak out to the 9th green at 9 to see what's up? A couple of these sprinklers seem to be on the actual green and not outside it, like in the rough or fringe. Look how far away from the microphones these assholes are. And this is the mid-90s. This hilarious G, the Golf Channel sticker on this camera is hilarious. Look to the right. That reporter has a shirt that legit has been embroidered with the G, the Golf Channel. So it's not like the production didn't want to spend money on selling the illusion. They just spent more on embroidered shirts than logoed cameras. And honestly, what golf news network is even going to take the time to custom logo their cameras? How often are the cameras on camera? It's pretty cool that Happy hired the homeless guy to be his caddy. But how the hell did he track him down? The guard kicked him off the property at the very least, or sent him to jail. And in this movie, Happy hasn't exactly shown any kind of go-getter mentality. If he spent this much time getting a homeless guy a job, you'd think he wouldn't turn down Chubb's offer to give him more golf lessons.
Happy riding a bull? Yeah. You're acting like a damn fool.
Chubbs would drive the green at CinemaSins.
On the 18th green, Shooter McGavin is putting for the win.
There sure are a lot of one-day golf tournaments in this movie. Don't most major tourneys last 4 days?
Happy, the ball itself has its own energy.
Unsolicited stroke advice is a penalty. Sergio Garcia.
You gotta admit, that's a hell of a drive. 450 yards, huh?
450 yards? Mother of mercy, what an exaggeration. Long drive champs hit it maybe 490, but they train and practice for years to do that. This f***er literally just picked up a golf club.
Just stay out of my way, or you'll pay. Listen to what I say.
How about I just go eat some hay? I can make things out of clay and lay by the bay. I just may. What do you say?
You see, this is what happens when white people rap battle and they don't allow Eminem.
Good for Happy Gilmore. Oh, my God!
This is almost as hilarious as when that government guy climbs into his car in Iron Giant but finds half the car missing and says, "Oh my God!" Is it weird that the only law enforcement we see in this movie is when that security guard kicked a homeless guy out of the club in Portland? Why does Happy need these checks early when he's just saving up money to buy his grandmother's house back?
I saw two big fat naked bikers in the woods off 17 having sex.
Buffalo Bills fans,
What is this I hear about you breaking a rake and throwing it into the woods?
aren't you constantly watching Happy because it's your ass if you don't? And even if you took a break, aren't all of Happy's antics on TV?
Okay, we'll go on a date. But just as friends, all right?
What? That does not compute. Go on a date or go to dinner as friends, but you cannot force the two to be the same whenever you want them to be different.
Hey, pal! Can we get a little time here?
For Happy Gilmore, anything!
What exactly has Happy Gilmore done for this Zamboni operator to make him one of his bros? Everyone we've seen with Happy in hockey has been negative, and he still hasn't proven himself to be a very good person. This guy singing Endless Love while spying on Happy in Virginia is the good I mean, this is when Sandler movies were at their best, when they weren't afraid of doing nonsense like this.
This is a Pro-Am, Happy. Each golfer is playing with a celebrity.
Isn't Happy dating a PGA publicity agent now? How did he miss the news about playing this next tourney with a celebrity?
Jackass.
If you heckled a pro golfer during his swing like this, you would be removed from the premises immediately. But this movie actually gives the finger to real golf tournament protocols, so I'll allow it. I'll sin it, but I'll allow it.
You're gonna need a blanket and suntan lotion, because you're never gonna get off that beach.
Okay, it's very cloudy today, so the suntan lotion jab simply doesn't work.
All right, Happy. Nice and easy.
You gotta feel bad for Bob Barker. He can't separate his real life from the character he plays on The Price is Right.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar.
The most famous scene from this movie is started by Bob Barker spitting more truth than Tupac. This Bob Barker fight is f***ing epic. It's truly inspired and absurd comedy. I'm removing 5 sins for this masterpiece. Why the f*** is Shooter McGavin here during Happy's call to the PGA's principal's office?
Cold cut combo.
So Happy's gonna make money advertising Subway, but the movie extremely downplays what a hit his reputation would take after getting in a fight with Bob Barker and losing. Like, honestly, even though the PGA Tour has never seen ratings like this, they might see a huge downslide when Happy's fans abandon him for that But also, Subway.
Talk about a hole-in-one.
This actually is kind of horrific. What the man? I never want to play golf again. Why did the Pro Tour marketing girl come all the way out here to watch the Subway commercial with Happy's grandma? And if your answer is because she wants to sleep with him, then I am ashamed to admit that I agree with you completely.
You know what else is lovely? That commercial put us up to $275,000. Let's go get your house back.
Hey, hold it. You said if we get the money by today, we could buy the house back.
Wait a minute. Did Happy get the money for his Subway commercial on the exact day he needed it? Or has he been holding on to it until the last day possible? It's also very hard to believe no one said anything about the auction until today. Shooter McGavin is so threatened by Happy, he literally buys Happy's grandmother's house just to f*** with him. And listen, this movie is full of exaggerated behavior by everyone, but nothing this extreme. This would be like Tiger Woods showing up on tour in the early 90s only to have Fred Couples buy Tiger's childhood home as an intimidation tactic. It's beyond the definition of absurd.
I eat pieces of like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of for breakfast?
No.
Thinking there's a world where you become a better putter by playing mini-golf. Yeah, this is definitely great practice. I mean, there are so many instances on the PGA Tour when you have to shoot into the clown's mouth and hope it goes to the other side, in or around the hole. The Masters 13th hole is like that. And don't get me started on the difficulty all golfers have when they play the back nine at Roland Garros.
You can't putt angry.
Now, guys, don't start giving Nicolas Cage movie ideas, okay?
Think of a place that's really perfect.
Or a shot that's fully in focus. Happy Gilmore's Happy Place dream sure is pretty Billy Madison-y. Jesus, how many cherries are on this slot machine? This is like a child slot machine where you let them win.
Jobs!
Damn, this movie is more obsessed with killing characters than Jeremy Scott is when he writes new Abel's books.
Anybody I get close to dies.
Well, your grandma's still alive.
Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
I'm beginning to think Lee Trevino is living a life similar to Chuck Barris in Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. It's the only explanation for him being everywhere in this movie. Look, at no pro tournament is the green this surrounded by spectators, media, and holy is that a Pepsi Max banner? No golf course worth its salt would have grass this tall at a tee box during a professional tournament or even on an average Monday.
Let me show you how we do it in the pros.
I have it on good authority that the pros do not regularly attempt birdie putts while looking their opponent in the eye.
Happy learned how to putt. Uh-oh.
If that's true, you should win this tournament by 68 strokes. If you're driving the ball as far as you are and can putt as well, then this should be no contest. Also, after one day, Shooter is at -2, while Happy is at -1. This course must have been way harder than was shown a minute ago. According to this leaderboard, Happy was hitting par on nearly every hole, including, somehow, the first one, where he drove the ball 10 feet away from the stick. Also, after one day, Shooter and Happy played 15 holes? Is this some sort of new PGA rule where the powers that be decided, let's play 5/6 of the course and call it a day? Happy Gilmore is basically a luck dragon running on magic fumes. He definitely has no skill. Let's be doubly clear here. Happy Gilmore has no skill. Jealousy. Don't care how good you are at golf, wearing an unbuttoned long-sleeve shirt over a t-shirt during the final round of a golf tournament is going to cost you at least 5 strokes. I don't do this often, but it's hilarious that the movie's subtitles spell Pittsburgh this way. I'm sure they mean Pittsburgh, but this makes it seem like it's the very specific Pittsburgh in Tennessee, or California, one of the non-famous ones. The security at these PGA Tour events continues to be f***ing awful. Amazing you can't use a cell phone at the Masters, but you could drive a Volkswagen Bug onto this course with little fanfare. Somehow, a very basic accident creates explosion fireballs. This is the non-alcoholic beer-sponsored tower. No alcohol, how fire! This is not a professional golf green. This is my Aunt Stacy's backyard. Long grass is long. Also, look, I don't want to be this guy, and this is probably too specific and gross to even make the Final Sins video, but look at dude's right hand here. And tell me he isn't literally touching her privates through her underwear. This is some of the most yikesy footage I've ever seen, guys. Maybe she has some female version of a codpiece and he's touching that, but still, that's f***ing yikes. Happy gets so angry about a vision he had that he takes 5 anger strokes and the 5th one hits the water and somehow he still wins this f***ing thing. So wait, Apollo Creed can do this for Happy Gilmore, but he completely flakes when Rocky's about to fight Ivan Drago? Look, I know Happy found his happy place after he found out his grandma was here, but what does that have to do with the dislocated shoulder he has after getting hit by that car? I'd take back all the sins if he slipped and fell into the water right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 18th hole is a par 3, 160 yards. In the event of a tie, there will be a sudden death playoff.
No golf tournament ever would announce the tie playoff rules at the 18th tee ahead of what is still an undecided contest. Shooter drives the ball over these spectators, going well into the trees, but somehow it ends up on Jaw's foot. We know for a fact that it couldn't have.
The rule says play it as it lies.
F***ing bullshit. Tiger once got some people to move a goddamn boulder for him. Patrick Reed moved something near his ball every other hole he plays. Person's foot would never be considered anything but grounds for taking a free drop. But movie's got a movie, and this flick has only barely paid lip service to real golf anyway, so let us not be surprised. First off, they haven't gotten rid of this Volkswagen and cleaned up this mess yet. Second off, who would want to play on the PGA Tour where there are this many lapses in security?
No, I did it off Frankenstein's fat foot, remember? Those are the rules. I didn't write them.
I'm afraid he's right.
This is the biggest sin in this entire movie for me, because no, this isn't the same thing that Shooter McGavin had to deal with when he had to shoot off the guy's foot earlier. His shot was his fault. This f***ing tower falling in front of Happy's putt? Not his fault. Also, Frankenstein was not the name of the monster, but the scientist who... Movie justifies the bullshit mini-golf scene with this nonsense. Stealing a prize that isn't yours. This sin goes out to Jacob Warren from the 3rd grade who literally stole my first place ribbon from the 4-H bike competition.
Game on! Game on!
Ladies see the ring, they know immediately you must have some cash and you must work.
You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.
Huge ass! No, somebody check the men's room for a huge ass!
Well, I'll tell you what, health food has changed my life. The first supermarket I bought was Jerry's. Oh, right there in Jersey City.
I eat success for breakfast with skim milk.
I am Iron Man.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Again. Again.
As you wish.
Oh, make it weird. Put a dwarf in it. Everyone will go, whoa, whoa, whoa. It must be a f***ing dream. There's a f***ing dwarf in it.
Oh, you can count. Good for you.
Well, here's to us.